वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा।
बदल बदल के क्यों चहक रहे हैं दिन दोपहरिया। मैं जानू ना जानू ना जानू ना जानू ना क्यों फुदक फुदक के धड़कनों की चल रही गिलहरियाँ। मैं जानू ना जानू ना जानू ना जानू ना रंग बदल बदल के क्यों चहक रहे हैं दिन दोपहरिया। मैं जानू ना जानू ना जानू ना जानू ना क्यों फुदक फुदक के धड़कनों की चल रही गिलहरियाँ। मैं जानू ना क्यों जरा सा मौसम सरफिरा है या मेरा मूड मस्खरा है जो जायका मनमानियों का है वो कैसा रस भरा है। मैं जानू ना क्यों हजार गुलमोहर से भर गई है ख्वाहिशों की टहनियाँ। मैं जानू ना क्यों फुदक फुदक के धड़कनों की चल रही गिलहरियाँ। मैं जानू ना एक नई सी दोस्ती आसमां से हो गई। जमीन मुझसे जल के मुंह बना के बोले तू बिगड़ रही है। जिंदगी भी आजकल गिनतियों से डूब के गणित के आंकड़ों के साथ एक आधा शेर पढ़ रही है। मैं सही गलत के पीछे छोड़ के चली कचहरियाँ। मैं जानू ना क्यों फुदक फुदक के धड़कनों की चल रही गिलहरियाँ। मैं जानू ना क्यों जरा सा मौसम सरफिरा है या मेरा मूड मस्खरा है जो जायका मनमानियों का है वो कैसा रस भरा है। मैं जानू ना
मेरी भीगी भीगी सी पलकों पे रह गए जैसे मेरे सपने बिखर के। जाने मन तेरा भी किसी के मिलन के नाम लिखा तू भीतर से। मोने पोड़े रुदिया तो बीता है तो मांगे एक दिन को तो तोरे देखे थी। आज आए रुदिया देखे बोलो आमा के तुम आके कोठाई जरो देखे थी। मेरी भीगी भीगी सी
आग बड़े जो संत पधारे। आग बड़े जो संत पधारे। संत पधारे संत पधारे संत पधारे संत पधारे। पाग बड़े जो संत पधारे। कर सिमरन पव सागर तारे। कर सिमरन पव सागर तारे। कर सिमरन पव सागर तारे संत पधारे। पाग बड़े जो संत पधारे। पाग बड़े जो संत पधारे।
हरिओम। and Kim Chopada. On behalf of Notani family, I extend a warm welcome to each one of you. I am Poonam Notani Keswani, the daughter of Mr. L.L. Notani and Dr. Mrs. Meera Notani. It is an absolute honor for me to stand here in front of you all and introduce to you an author, that is my father, Mr. L.L. Notani. Sahib, who is the Mahant of Harisheva Udasin based in Bhilwara. The message from the ashram is, Sukh chaho to seva karo, Sukh chaho to simran karo. Guruji's contribution to service to mankind is immense, and therefore he has received the status of Mahamandaleshwar, the highest author, the highest level of Hindu saint in the year 2016. During the pandemic, the ashram served food, medicines to a lot of needy people. So please, let's clap for the ashram and keep this in mind. Sukh chaho to seva karo, Sukh chaho to simran karo. I'll give you all through this evening. Please excuse me for any mistakes that I make. When my father told me that I will have the honor to host this evening, I told myself that everyone in this audience will be probably people who have been part of the conversations at home. The stories that my grandmother told me about my father. The stories that my father told me about IPCL Baroda, Dahej, Camrock, IIM, and everywhere that he has acquaintance and friends from. And also, the doctors in the house, in the room, there is no secret about the medical history of my family to them. So even if I make any mistakes, which I'm sure I will, I'm sorry and I apologize for that. So I now request the little stars, as my father calls them, of our family, to please start the evening with a short prayer.
L.L. Notani and Dhyana Keswani
are here to welcome Goddess Saraswati to our Dada and Nana's book stall. विद्या पढ़नेनी करो मेद मेधा यथा कंत्रेणी करो नष्ट महाशासन आदि दीजे करो अपकारी हृदय रत्न की जय.
Make our future look very bright. This prayer will be incomplete without remembering some beautiful souls who have been a big support in my father's life, and also they are sending their wishes from heaven. Starting with my father's parents, the Notani and Khilani parents, Dadi Tulsi Notani, Mr. Jagdish Notani, Mr. Parsuram sir, Mr. N.M. Shah sir, Mr. K.M. Parikh sir, Mr. A.P. Singh, Mr. M.R. Patel, Mr. H.M. Bhatt, and Mr. S.R. Shah. Happened behind the scene and how this book actually was written. We all know that my father's favorite drink is the chai, and my mother has the superpower to make a cup of chai blindfolded. So book लिखनी है. And my mother, probably fed up of making these chais, said, "तो लिखो ना. What are you waiting for?" And that's where this whole concept of I want to be an author and I want to write became a reality today. The moral of the story is, behind every successful author, there is a very supportive wife. So now let's move on to some music.
कोई हकीकत कौन हो तुम बतलाओ, देर से कितनी दूर खड़ी हो और करीब आ जाओ। सुबह में जिस तरह शाम का हो गुमा, सुबह पे जिस तरह शाम का हो गुमा, जुल्फों में एक चेहरा कुछ जाहिर कुछ निहार, ख्वाब हो तुम या कोई हकीकत कौन हो तुम बतलाओ, ओ देर से कितनी दूर खड़ी हो और करीब आ जाओ। ख्वाब हो तुम या कोई हकीकत कौन हो तुम बतलाओ, ओ देर से कितनी दूर खड़ी हो और करीब आ जाओ। धड़कनों ने सुनी एक सदा पाँव की, धड़कनों ने सुनी एक सदा पाँव की, और दिल पे लहराई आंचल की छाप सी, और दिल पे लहराई आंचल की छाप सी। ख्वाब हो तुम या कोई हकीकत कौन हो तुम बतलाओ, हो देर से कितनी दूर खड़ी हो और करीब आ जाओ। ख्वाब हो तुम या कोई हकीकत कौन हो तुम बतलाओ, हो देर से कितनी दूर खड़ी हो और करीब आ जाओ। मिल ही जाती हो तुम मुझको हर मोड़ पे, मिल ही जाती हो तुम मुझको हर मोड़ पे, चल देती हो कितने अफसाने छोड़ के। ख्वाब तुम या कोई हकीकत कौन हो तुम बतलाओ, ओ देर से कितनी दूर खड़ी हो और करीब आ जाओ। फिर पुकारो मुझे, फिर मेरा नाम लो, गिरता हूँ फिर अपनी बाहों में थाम लो, गिरता हूँ फिर अपनी बाहों में थाम लो। ख्वाब हो तुम या कोई हकीकत कौन हो तुम बतलाओ, हो देर से कितनी दूर खड़ी हो और करीब आ जाओ। ख्वाब हो तुम या कोई हकीकत कौन हो तुम बतलाओ, हो देर से कितनी दूर खड़ी हो और करीब
My father, in his young days, and probably he's still young, if I may say, was a big fan of Devanand. I'm sure, and trust me, I have seen those bell-bottom pics. He sure was a big fan. While Devanand in real life did find his dream girl from Jaipur, he also taught us to live life happy and contented. With this, I invite Mr. Umesh Bhatia, who joined my father as a fresh recruit in IPCL Dahej. He further excelled in his career and currently is a procurement head in a multinational firm. Mr. Umesh Bhatia.
In front of all of you for Notani sir. First of all, my vandan in the feet of Swamiji. The respected dignitaries and all the guests, respected Notani sir and the family. Notani sir is not an institute. I was telling him that he is a university. Where so many institutions are accommodated. And the best part is that I was fortunate enough to get the opportunity to start my career with him along with 32 batchmates. We were not knowing anything about materials management at that time. What is materials management, what is procurement, we were not aware about it. Notani Saab just took our hand like a child and he taught us everything. And he taught so many lessons. I don't want to tell all the lessons, but how to live the life, how to make the career, how to take the experience in all areas of materials management. That's what he taught. You do not do only the procurement, don't do only the stores. Take the experience in all areas. And I was fortunate enough to get the opportunities to work in all that areas. Now coming back to Notani Saab, I will not speak more about myself. So we learned so many things, and still the best part is that he is in touch with all of us till now. He is always reachable, available, he is so kind, he is guiding everybody, and he has written this book. So I wish all the success for the book as well as his healthy life and everything. Thank you very much.
After retirement, Mr. Bhatt is currently consulting with various firms. Mr. Bhatt, over to you.
Thank you. प्रातस्मरणीय श्री गुरुजी, प्रातस्मरणीय सबसे સૌને મારા નમસ્કાર. હું ગુજરાતીમાં જ બોલીશ. ઇંગ્લિશ મને આવડે છે પણ ગુજરાતીનો માણસ છું ને ગુજરાતી મને બહુ જ કોઈ ભવ્ય મંદિર જોઈએ અને જે પવિત્ર મંગલ ભાવના આપણા હૃદયમાં જાગૃત થાય એવો જ ભાવ અત્યારે મારા હૃદયમાં છે. મારે જે કંઈ કહેવું છે એના માટે મારી પાસે કદાચ શબ્દો ઓછા પડશે, પરંતુ શક્ય એટલી મારી ભાવનાને હું તમારા સુધી પહોંચાડવાનો પ્રયત્ન કરીશ. નોટાણી સાહેબ સાથેનો મારો પરિચય લગભગ 15 વર્ષથી વધુનો છે, પરંતુ આજ દિન સુધી એમની આત્મીયતા ક્યારેય ઓછી નથી થઈ. જ્યારે જ્યારે મને કોઈ પણ પ્રકારની સલાહની જરૂર પડી છે, કોઈ મદદની જરૂર પડી છે, ત્યારે મારી પડખે આવીને ઊભા છે. પૃથ્વી નામના ઉપગ્રહ ઉપર આપણે મળ્યા એ કદાચ અકસ્માત હોઈ શકે. પૃથ્વી નામના ઉપગ્રહ ઉપર આપણે મળ્યા એ કદાચ અકસ્માત હોઈ શકે, પણ આ અકસ્માત એ સુનિયોજિત હતો અને એના કારણો પણ બહુ જ નક્કર છે. નહીં તો અત્યારે આપણે હોલમાં આટલા બધા વ્યક્તિઓ ભેગા ના થઈ શક્યા. આપણે એકબીજાથી અપરિચિત છીએ, પણ એટલા જ નોટાણી સાહેબના લીધે આપણે એકબીજાની સાથે પરિચયમાં છીએ. માનવીય શૃંખલાને સમજીને આપણે એક આ કર્મ યજ્ઞમાં જોડાયા. એના આપ પુરોહિત હતા અને આપ આચાર્ય હતા અને અમે સૌ પુરોહિત. કદાચ પ્રતિભાશાળી વ્યક્તિ મળવી બહુ અશક્ય છે, પણ એવું નથી. નોટાણી સાહેબ જેવું વિરાટ વ્યક્તિત્વ મળવું દુર્લભ છે. સાચું કહું તો આપના સંઘાત હેઠળ અમે સદાય સુરક્ષાનો ભાવ અનુભવ્યો છે, જેની સાથે મારા કેમ્બ્રોકના પરિવારના મિત્રો એગ્રી થશે. તમારો પ્રેમ, તમારી નિખાલસતા, ખૂબ જ લાંબી ધીરજ, સદાય હસતો ચહેરો અને નેતૃત્વની કળા અને છેલ્લે સદભાવપૂર્ણ સૌજન્યતા આપની ઉદાર મનોવૃત્તિનું દર્શન કરાવે. આપણા તમામ શાસ્ત્રોમાં વિદ્યાદાનને એક મહત્વનું દાન ગણાવ્યું છે. અગાઉ નોટાણી સાહેબે આઈએમ માટે 4 પુસ્તકો લખ્યા અને એમનો અત્યારે સિલેબસમાં સમાવેશ છે અને ઘણા બધા વિદ્યાર્થીઓ એનો લાભ લઈ રહ્યા છે. એવી જ રીતના આજના આ મટીરિયલ્સ મેનેજમેન્ટના પુસ્તકના વિમોચન બાદ ઘણા બધા પ્રોફેશનલ્સને અને આજની વૈશ્વિક પરિસ્થિતિમાં કેવી રીતના વર્તવું એ માટે લાભદાયી થશે. આજની 21મી સદીમાં જ્યારે ઇન્ફોર્મેશન ટેકનોલોજીનું ખૂબ જ મહત્વ છે, ત્યારે આ પુસ્તક એક માર્ગદર્શકની જેમ નોલેજ ટેકનોલોજી પૂરી પાડશે. કેમ્બ્રોકથી શરૂ થયેલી અમારી આ યાત્રા લગભગ 15 વર્ષથી વધુ વર્ષો થઈ ગયા, પરંતુ પ્રોફેશનલ સંબંધથી લઈને અત્યારે એક કૌટુંબિક સંબંધમાં અમે આવી ચૂક્યા છીએ. કેમ્બ્રોક ફેમિલીના ઘણા બધા સભ્યો આજના પ્રસંગના સાક્ષી બની રહ્યા છે, જે ખૂબ જ આનંદની અનુભૂતિ છે. નોટાણી સાહેબની એક વાત હૃદયમાં હંમેશા મને કોતરાયેલી છે. એમણે બહુ સરસ વાત મને કીધી હતી કે 60 વર્ષ સુધી આપણે સમાજની પાસેથી, સોસાયટી પાસેથી આપણે લઈએ છીએ. ચાહે તમે જોબ કરતા હો, ચાહે તમે કોઈ વ્યવસાયમાં હો, ચાહે કોઈ પ્રવૃત્તિ કરતા હો, પણ સોસાયટી પાસેથી તમે હંમેશા લેવાની અપેક્ષા રાખી છે. અને 60 વર્ષ પછીથી, નિવૃત્તિ પછીથી તમારે સોસાયટીને એ પરત આપવાનું છે. અને નોટાણી સાહેબે આ કાર્ય કર્યું. આ ભાવ એમણે જીવનમાં ખૂબ જ સરળતાથી ઉતાર્યો છે અને આ સિદ્ધાંત નોટાણી સાહેબે પોતાના જીવનમાં સરળતાથી ઉતારી એમને એમના જીવનને કંડાર્યું છે. સમાજને પાછી આપવાની વૃત્તિ એ આજના સમારોહનું જીવંત ઉદાહરણ છે. લગભગ 260 પેજથી પણ વધુ પેજની આ બુક પુસ્તકના સ્વરૂપમાં ઉતારીને દરેકને કોમ્પ્લિમેન્ટરી ફ્રી તરીકે આપતી એક મહાન કાર્ય છે. અને ગુરુજીના આશીર્વાદ એમની પડખે જ છે અને એમની સાથે જ છે. કોરોનાની વૈશ્વિક પરિસ્થિતિમાં પોતાના સમયનો ઓપ્ટિમમ યુટિલાઇઝેશન કરીને આ પુસ્તકને એમણે એમની રીતે કંડાર્યું છે અને એને શબ્દદેહ આપ્યો છે. આપ સૌને એમના અમૂલ્ય યોગદાનને તાળીઓના ગડગડાટથી વધાવી દો. સરળ ભાષામાં અને ખાસ ભાષામાં લખાયેલા પુસ્તકનો લાભ હાલના પ્રોફેશનલને તો મળશે જ, પણ આવનારી પેઢીઓને પણ એનો લાભ મળ્યા કરશે એવી હું આશા રાખું છું. નોટાણી સાહેબ અમને અંતરપૂર્વક ખાતરી છે કે સમાજની રજેરજમાં આપના પરસેવાનું પરફ્યુમમાં રૂપાંતર થશે અને સદા ને સર્વદા માટે મેઘા કરશે. હજી પણ આપણી આ રસાળ અને સરળ શૈલીમાં ભવિષ્યમાં વધુ પુસ્તકો મળે એવી માગણી ખોટી નથી, કે અમે સૌ બધા એગ્રી હશે. આપનો ઉત્તરોત્તર વિકાસ ગણિત શાસ્ત્રીની જેમ નહીં પણ એક કાવ્ય શાસ્ત્રની જેમ થાય એવી પ્રભુને પ્રાર્થના, અને આપને તથા આપના પરિવારને પ્રભુ નિરોગી ને સ્વસ્થ રાખે એવી પ્રાર્થના સાથે હું જીવું.
नहीं तू कहीं हार के कांटों पे चल के मिलेंगे सारे बाहर के. रुक जाना नहीं तू कहीं हार के कांटों पे चल के मिलेंगे सारे बाहर के.
His professional life and his academic life. He retired as the VP of Reliance, Materials Head, and has been closely associated with IIM in capacity of Brand Chairman, National President. One man, many accolades. Over to you, Mr. L.G. Bhatia.
Mahamandalist was Swami Prasad Sahib, respected Sri S.K.Colony sir, S.K. Desai sir, my many colleagues from ex-IPCL Reliance, I can see him, Khanna sir, Mr. Dalit Bhai Desai sir, political control, then many other colleagues, Manisha I have seen, then this Vishwanathan is already there because I have forgotten his name, but now I remember very well. And from quality control circle, Mr. Mahesh Bhai Sastry is there. He is there. He is the boss of Mr. Notani. There is some very great personalities over here. Mr. Minit Menon from Hamsons, he is already there in this crowd. I have met in this thing. Then Mr. Rajesh Ahuja, another industrialist, he is also there. So there are many known faces are there. My colleagues my ex-colleagues from IPCL, many old friends I have met. It will be difficult to name each and everybody. My colleagues from IIM, that I would like to mention clearly because they are really associated with me now. Mr. Malay Majmudar, he is here only, and he is the immediate past national president. Our Dr. Bharti Trivedi, he is our chairperson, only lady chairpersons out of 51 branches. She is there only. Mr. Vice Chairman, Mr. Desai, R.D. Desai, Manoj Patel, our treasurer. My two NC colleagues, Mr. Anand Purohit, he is already sitting with, maybe with Menon Sahab or whatever he is there, actively involved. Mr. Bharat Soda. Particularly the IMM, particularly the Notani Parivar, full Parivar, with the daughters, the son-in-laws, and little, in the language of Notani, the little stars, they are already here. So that is there. I can see many distinguished guests from the society, from different disciplines from the society. I can see many ladies and the children with colorful dressing and smiling face. Invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. If I have forgotten some people, excuse me, otherwise I try to. I have met everybody, I know each and name by names. Absolutely no problem, this thing. It gives me immense pleasure to be amongst August gathering, to take the part in book launch, entertain, come entertainment, book launch, come musical evening program, arranged by one of the most popular, one of the most highly educated families in the city of Vadodara, very highly educated. Normally this community is normally towards, they are very skillful as far as business is concerned, but this family has adopted education, they have taken the education as a base and they are parting the education. It's a great, really it is a great. It is really great. Many of you are fully aware about Mr. Notani, no doubt in it is, but many must be not knowing about his commitment to the material procurement professions. Many of you must not be aware what is his activity towards the society, towards the education in a supply chain management, which is one of the very important management area in any industries. That you must be not aware. I will slightly try to summarize some of his achievements in a short. I will take about 10 minutes, but unless I summarize all this quality, I think it will remain incomplete. You know, he has a bright academic career, brilliant academic career. You know, he is a BE mechanical engineer and secured first class first with gold medal. That is a great achievement. You know, in those days, a second achievement is he has done business management from Bhavans. Also, industrial purchasing and materials management from MSU. That also with the distinctions. You know, in those days, to get even a first class was very difficult. Hardly in a batch you get first class, 2, 3 first class. Yes, his fellow has got not only this, everywhere distinction and gold medal in those days, and that too from a very reputed university, that is MSU. It's a great achievement. Really, is a highly conscious. Now, as far as other career in various industries are concerned, he has more than 40 years, more than 4 decades of experience in a large organizations like IPCL, Reliance, and other organizations. You know, it is a big organization he has worked. He joined IPCL as an entry-level officer, and because of his commitment to the materials functions, his rise was very fast, and he reached to the level of Vice President Materials, HOD in a Reliance and IPCL. That is a great achievement by Mr. Notani to that extent. He worked in many of Mr. Chaturdas is there. He is also knowing. I think he was not there. I don't know. He has worked in almost all the 3 complexes of IPCL: Danda complex, Dahej complex, Nagotane complex, and he got an opportunity to work in a projects, work in a operations, and all those areas. He has worked in a material functions. As far as materials department is concerned, he is instrumental in the establishment of materials department and a stores department at the Dahej complex. He did a wonderful job, and he managed the entire department within a mere very lean power, very lean manpower of only 20 manpower. While at Baroda we have 400 people in a materials department. The figure was also 420. But I don't know to get, but it was a 400 manpower. Anyway, the reason was different. But that is an achievement he managed, and he has established the entire department. Friends, because of his hard work, because of his enthusiasm, because of his willingness, because of his zeal, and because of his devotions and dedications towards the work, he immensely contributed particularly for the Dahej complex. He spent about 10 years at the Dahej complex, and he contributed immensely the Dahej complex, particularly from project stage to operational stage. Wonderful job he has done as far as that area is concerned. As far as Indian Institute of Materials Management is concerned, he is our faculty, visiting faculty for all bunch of courses run by our Baroda branch. And all the courses he was, since early 90s, he was our faculty, and he has done wonderful job as far as you know, we are running many courses at Baroda branch, GDMM, PGDMM, PDSM, PDIT, PGDMM, SLI. I don't want to go into details, but he has been a faculty for all these courses run by IM Baroda branch. No doubt in it. That was his destiny. Friends, it is a matter of proud for Baroda branch that he wrote the 3 textbooks for one of the most important course, that is PDSM. That is an inventory management, stores management, and procurement management. And still one more book he is writing, that is on a basic commercial laws, taxes and duties. I think the book will be ready. Madam will agree that the book will be ready in next few days or next few months' time. That is a really achievement. And I get assurance from Madam that to get that book. That is the case. You know, imagine, all he is doing without any commercial angle. He never thought of money on this book. He never charged a single paisa to IIM. It was a free book he has written and he has given to IIM. That is his greatness. That is his noble thought process. It's a really marvelous seva he is doing. So that is his case. At national level, you know, he got Best Faculty Award by the hands of the then Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, none other than Chandrababu Naidu. He got the Best Faculty Award. He also got a President's Appreciation Award at a national convention held at Chandigarh. Earlier, Chandrababu Naidu presented him that is at a national convention Hyderabad, and subsequently he also got a President's Appreciation Award. And I was fortunate enough, because I was a national president, and I handed over that award to him, Mr. at Chandigarh. That was his experience. Friends, I must tell you that he is actively involved on all training and development programs run by IPCL, IIM Baroda branch at various places. You talk about Deepak Minerals, you talk about Saurashtra Cement, you talk about Amul, you talk about IDMC, you talk about Linde, you talk about Opal, you talk about Mahindra Tractor, you talk about this Huntsman Chemicals, even you talk about ISRO Trivandrum. He was always there to give a training on this supply chain management. He has given. It is a fantastic achievement, no doubt in this. So these are all few things are there. But one most important thing I want to tell, for which this function is today he has arranged. You know, it was his long desire, it was his long dream to use his experience, working experience in various organizations, and come out with a book on the integrated materials management. That was his dream. He talked to me, he talked to many senior people, he consulted many of his seniors, and we tried to encourage him to write this book on a integrated materials management. And ultimately, he has written a book. But one secret thing I would like to tell about him, success, is that his wife Mira Ben. You know, once Mira, because Notani was always telling his wife Mirabel that I am going to write a book, but he was not writing the book. So one day Mirabel told him point blank that you are just badai marte mat raho, book likho. So I think this is the success story of writing the book, and today we are going to release this book. Thank you. Anyway, this is another part of it. Otherwise, there was a continuous encouragement from his wife from time to time, from his family members, all have contributed, and today we are going to get this book. You know, here also he has not seen any commercial angle. In fact, this program is arranged by him with a clear understanding, with a clear objective to distribute the complimentary copies of this book to one and all for their use. That is the greatness he has really done. He is generous and everything. He is going to distribute this book, you know, on 23rd April. That is our Materials Management Day, very important day, very important and historic event for a Materials Management Day. We are also going to honor him. We are going to felicitate him by calling all our IMM members in Baroda. So it is going to be another honor we are going to celebrate on 23rd April. Anand Sahab and Desai Sahab has already agreed to witness that ceremony also. That is what we are requesting. Yes. There is one thing. Yes. So, friends, you see his noble thought process. You see what is his mind. His passion is to give as much as possible as far as education concerned to the young materials professionals. That's what he is doing. Every day he is doing all those things. So my request to all of you that let us give a big round of applause to him and give a standing ovation to Mr. Notani for his outstanding contribution to our materials management profession. It's a great, really great. He deserves the outstanding ovation. Lastly, I must say that during his working in a large organization like IPCL and RISE, he proved himself to be the most sincere, most dedicated, and most devoted soldier for the IMM professions. You know, during his working, he actually, during his working in these large organizations, he has kept such an impression. He has impressed one and all by maintaining high degree of honesty, by maintaining high degree of integrity, by maintaining the high degree of ethical practices. And one of the most things Mr. Notani has done is the best buyer-seller relationship, which is a must for a material professionals. It is a must. There is a live example of development of 50 salt vendors at his site, and that was his creation. He took initiative and he's developed 50 salt vendors. You know, in the country, 90% of salt is produced in Gujarat, out of country, and 70% salt is produced in the Dahej and Gandhar belt. You know, he understood the problems of the workers in a salt works. It's a very bad condition they are working. There is a very poorly paid, and there is no health. There are a lot of health hazards, and there are many problems. There was also a quality problem at all salt works, and of course, road was not proper. So, as a buyer-seller relationship, he examined all the three issues, and our both the bosses are here. Only Anand Sahib is already, he was in charge of entire Reliance and all. The S.I. Sahib was the site president at that time, and with their blessings, I think to a certain extent, Mr. Notani could help those workers. Salt productions we started getting at a cheap rate. It is the best example of buyer-seller relationship, and I think that is a must for any supply chain management professionals. So this is an achievement, and at the end, I can only say that Mr. Notani, you are doing a great job for the service of society as well as SKM professionals, and I wish that you continue your service to give service to the people, to the SKM professionals. It would be better if you still continue right, and I think we all young professionals will get a lot of blessing out of it. I wish at the end, I wish all the success to this program and your future. I hope with the blessings of Guruji, you will continue this giving service to the SKM professional in the country. Thank you.
Mrs. Koshi Notani, Dr. Mrs. Meera Notani, Mr. S.K. Anand, Mr. S.J. Desai, Mr. Rajesh Ahuja, CEO of Cosm Group, and Mr. Vineet Menon, CEO of...
आप इस साइड इसको इस साइड ओके डन
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting Materials Management by Mr. L.L.NOTANI. Please open on the count of 1, 2, 3. Thank you, everyone.
अच्छा सर बड़े ये थोड़ा जाओ रमेश थोड़ा ग्रुप में
My respects to Puja Guruji, all my seniors, my dear family, and all my respects to invited guests over here. For me, I'm fully emotionally charged now. It's like a dream for me getting true. And with the blessings of Guruji, best wishes from one and all, the book is in my hand. Really, is my 40 years of experience is now in the book format. Very, very difficult journey when I entered in the supply chain management profession, which I'll briefly tell. But the best wishes and the blessings have given a quick result. Mr. Maulik Bhai, CEO of one big industries, Make Money group of industries from Ahmedabad, was to come over here. but they could not come because he has to go out for some another important assignment. So yesterday he called me up, gave me the best wishes and told me not coming over here. I said, okay, no problem, and I'll send you a few copies to you. तो बोला नहीं सर, मुझे 2-3 copies नहीं चाहिए. I need 50 copies. So I said, so nice of you. And I said, he told that I want to give copy to each of my working staff in purchase, stores, inventory management to make sure that, you see, improvement is a continuous process. So I'm sure this book will give them different new tips to see that further improvement takes place. So beginning, I have 500 copies. So beginning stroke is good. That the first copies, 50 copies, are going to Make Money group of industries. And like that, I have many more requests. And through our institute, Indian Institute of Materials Management, I am also attached to Concept Excellence Institute, where also I am one of the visiting faculty. They are experts in Six Sigma theory, and they are also going to send these books to all the industries with whom they are attached. See, I'm sure this book will be a very good guide for all the upcoming talent in supply chain management. Supply chain management, as we all know, is now one of the key functional areas where 50% of the input cost is taken care by the supply chain management. As supply chain management is known as a profit-oriented function. And this book, the first page, that when I go for lectures, the first slide, I say that how supply chain management function can be a profit-oriented, can be a transparent function, and also a service-oriented function. So this is the fundamental. When I had my phase of the life, starting from childhood to a college, got input from all my parents, gurujis, my teachers, etc. So input was very nice. When I came to the execution stage, the first job I got was in precision, tight precision industries manager. Shastri Saab is here. He was my first boss. And I started my career. It was my assistant engineer quality control inspection. And my job started. The first month of the job, I gave the report. My responsibility was inspection of incoming material. And I was doing very good, properly doing. The rejection rate was, first month was around 8%. The message went around that ये सिंधी इंजीनियर आया है, इसको कुछ चाहिए. So this is where it gave me that you are working wherever. Image makes definitely a point. It is not individual, your own, society, your caste, everything matters a lot. Outside world looks to you and they see what are you doing, where are you attached, what are your. So because I am Sindhi, the first impression went कि ये तो business oriented है, ये बंदा आया है, इसको कुछ चाहिए. So one fine morning, one evening, one supplier came to my house and kept मेरे सामने आके लक्ष्मी रखी. It was a big surprise to me. Now, young age, लक्ष्मी सामने पड़ी हुई है. So inside दो आवाज आते हैं, बोलते हैं ना, there are two voices. One tells you to go right, one tells you to go in a different way. So एक आवाज अंदर आई, यार ले लो, क्या तकलीफ है, मिल रहा है ले लो भाई. दूसरा आवाज आया, don't do that. What you have been taught by your parents, by your teachers, by your gurujis, stick to that principles and never get diverted to different wrong route. And that willpower, that's what the second point is, that input to jata hi hai, but second requirement of the life is willpower. To maintain that whatever input has gone into you must be executed properly the way you have been taught, not the other way. So that was my starting first point of my career. If I would have taken the money, probably I would not have been over here. But that was the point to see that execution stage of the life has to be in line with whatever has been taught. And that rhythm continued. And then from precision, Shastri Sahab is here. He taught me 2-3 important first lessons of the life. At that time, we had a Krishnamurti Sahab, our Vice President Technical, used to be a very clear-cut communication. Excuses are the tools of inefficient people. So never and ever, anybody can go to him and tell him, sir, ye nahi ho raha hai, ye nahi ho raha hai, ye nahi ho raha hai. You have to find the way, you have to give the results. First, my official visit to Special Steel Limited for inspection of steel material. I went to Shastri Sahab, sir, please guide kijiye kya karne ka hai. I was just 22, 23. He guided me properly, but at the end he told me, after 2 days when you are back in my office, I want a clear-cut good report. Don't give me any excuses. कि मुझे train ticket नहीं मिली, मुझे ये नहीं हुआ, I want. So this was the beginning of your career. That bosses like Shastri Sahab, our technical Krishnamurti Sahab, they gave such type of training, and that becomes our foundation to move further. From there I moved to IPCL, and I got the bosses like Parshuraman Sahab, Umesh Bhatia, Anand Sahab, S.D. Sahab, L.P. Patel Sahab, many, all sitting over here, N.B. Desai sir, G.P. Khanna. So, is a good luck for me that I kept on stage by stage, kept on getting the right input, right guidance, and that became my foundation. So when I was showing proper excellence in my day-to-day working, our Chatura sir kept a faith on me. He organized one training program, materials for non-materials executives. And he gave me a chance. One topic he told me, Notani, you take one session. So I did a good preparation and did a proper session, got a success. Then L.P. Patel Sahab, R.J. Sarvaiya sir, they told me that you now go to Indian Institute of Materials Management and take the evening lectures. So I said, okay. So evening 6:30, I used to read there whenever used to be a lecture. And that was my habit. Whenever any topic given to me, I used to prepare a proper note, handouts, and give them with a proper my experience, making the topic very, very clear, showing my own experience, how this theory can be applied to achieve the required results. And I got success point by point. Students were happy, participants were happy. That gave me confidence. And then they started deputing me to different industries. You name the industry, small scale industry, medium, the higher industries. I went to many industries, attended the in-house training program, got the success. And the most prestigious training which I did was when I got an invitation from Sarabhai Space Research Center, Trivandrum. And there were many faculties around them in Madras, in Bangalore, but they requested IIM that please try to see that Notani comes over here, and it was my great, my interaction with 45 engineers of Sarabhai Space Research Center. So that training portion continued, and whenever I used to meet my participants, they used to tell me, sir, aap achhe note de rahe ho, why can't you summarize and give me the book format? So that was my starting suggestion from different participants कि आप हमको summarize करके अच्छा book format में दो. And as we moved further, the suggestion came from IIM that why can't you make the books for our 1-year professional course. And that opportunity I immediately took care and wrote the books. After I completed that, then suggestion came from my different, see this is my first, whenever I go and meet the upcoming talent, the first slide of my presentation, I tell them that this today our interaction with you is not for only this first day. I am now connected to you for 24/7. Whenever you want me, I'll provide my clarity on the topic without any cost, So I have made many, and there are all, maybe about 20% of them, they are in touch with me. They call me and I provide them my required suggestion without any cost, without any expectation from them. So they keep on reminding me, कि sir book दो. अभी जब मैंने books लिखे, तो they are for private circulation. I cannot send to anybody. Then I decided why not I do it, and then I took the challenge and made it possible. I have given this book to our experts like Hana Saab, many more. They have told me not to take the names, and some of experts have gone through the book. Their input, valuable input, has been properly taken care. Also now, when I give the books right now to all, and I request everyone to please go through and give me the suggestions, so that those suggestions can be incorporated in future. And point is that something is done. We all jointly can make it a more further good document, so that our upcoming talent gets a right book which can be a good guide for SCM professionals to move further in a right way. This is what ground reality is, that SCM profession may scope of improvement is immense. Sky is the limit. Today in Indian industries, the inventory levels are very high. The best standard Japanese is just-in-time inventory, JIT. The USA is zero inventory concept. So we all have to work together, all upcoming new, with guidance from seniors, that we move further in the right direction and achieve the excellence in this important profession. So I am sure that this book, with the further input from you all, will help the upcoming talent in a right way. And for this book to come out, I got the very good help from Mr. Sharad Bhai, who is here. And please give a clap for him. Yes, he is here. He, as a part of both of us together, he did the proper designing, proper thing, everything. And with his support, I could finally do it properly. Today, I am thankful to all of you that you accepted my request and you all are here. It is really a big motivation to me at the age of 71. I am sure that you all guys have come over here, seniors have come over here, Gurujis are here, has given me a more oxygen, more energy to live with more excellence in my life. Thank you very much.